Tell me why Benavidez can't get a fight. Tell me why. Tell me why David Benavidez can't get a fight. Tell me why David Benavidez is on the same card as Artur Beterbiev, but not fighting Artur Beterbiev. Tell me why Artur Beterbiev is on the card with David Benavidez, but they're not fighting each other, and Bivol is nowhere to be found. What happened to Bivol Beterbiev Part 3? In this video, that's what I'm going to cover, and y'all going to tell me the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Ego thoughts, man. Y'all better stop playing with me, bro. I told you I am the best in the business, and it's not even close. I posed these questions. Why it was just announced that Beterbiev is fighting on David Benavidez Anthony Yard card, right? That rhymes, Anthony Yard card. But anywho, why? Because I'm like, Benavidez fight is cool, and I like Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. a lot. However, why is Beterbiev on there fighting Damon Nichols or whoever, Damon Wayans or whoever they said he's fighting, right? Why? When, if you really wanted to do it big for a Riyadh season and whatnot, then you would make David Benavidez versus Benavidez. So that is question number one. What is the point of this? And it's like, Turkey, you could tell he has like some resources, but he is very, very new to this game of boxing because, or whoever, his matchmakers or whatever, is not thought out. They haven't really fully grasped and thought out this stuff. Like, for example, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, it was supposed to be a done deal for October, right? What happened? You put them on the same card with Teofimo to hype up a future Haney-Garcia fight. Now it's gone radio silent, and the October fight got scrapped. Ryan said he didn't even care about the Rolly fight for whatever reason and had to get a surgery for whatever reason. And now Devin Haney's fighting a very dangerous Brian Norman Jr., but a lesser fight. Hold on. Because I know what I say because I'm there when I say it. I love the Brian Norman Jr. title defense with Devin Haney. So I'm not saying that. I'm talking about commercial appeal. You would be a fool to disagree with me and suggest that Brian Norman, Devin Haney is a bigger fight than if Ryan would have knocked out Rolly and then went into the Devin Haney fight and they did it. Because the Devin Haney and Ryan fight, there was so much bad blood. There was Ryan pop dirty. It was just like a all-around roller coaster. Roller coaster of life. You know what I mean? It was too much going on. So the world was demanding that fight. Turkey messed it up. You put him in, and obviously Ryan's task was too much coming off a year layoff. Rolly dropped him and beat him. And now we're in the same boat. Some people think Yard will give Benavidez a tough fight. Some people even picking Yard to upset David Benavidez. And then Beterbiev is getting older and he's fighting a random person. Sometimes accidents like this happen in boxing where you're waiting for the bigger fight like Bivol, and then you take a fight with somebody that you may overlook. And I'm not saying Beterbiev will do this. I'm not saying he's going to lose. But I'm saying historically in boxing, when you don't make the Juanma Lopez and Yuri Yorkis Gamboa fight, when you do need it, and then one person gets upset, and then the fight never happens. Or it happens under new terms, which is we've seen this guy get battered by somebody else. That's when it becomes bad. So boxing has always been a strike while the iron's hot type of sport. So I hate this move. You know, I get it. Beterbiev's 40 or whatever. They're trying to keep him active. But it begs my next question that I said at the beginning. What happened to Bivol and Beterbiev? Because Turkey got in the way of Bivol, David Benavidez. He pretty much threatened Dmitry Bivol and said, hey, we've been taking care of you, so you better know what side your bread is buttered on, basically. Because David Benavidez is or was Bivol's mandatory, right? So we didn't, as boxing fans, get Bivol Benavidez, which I really love, right? Then Benavidez moves on, rightfully so. They announced the Anthony Yarde fight. It's cool. But then later they come with this whole Beterbiev's on the undercard. And I'm like, yo, what do you mean Beterbiev's on the undercard? What happened to Dmitry Bivol? Because the whole reason for Bivol not fighting his mandatory David Benavidez was because allegedly he was getting ready for a trilogy with Beterbiev. Now you got Beterbiev recently on social media, and he's like, what are you waiting for me to get older? How old do I got to be for you to fight me? So I really believe the problem is on the Bivol side. He already had 2 tough fights with the boy, and maybe he's trying to age him out, or I don't know, maybe he's going to claim he was injured or something like that. But I don't like this. And a lot of you guys gave Turkey a whole bunch of credit and said, oh, he's saving boxing and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, Turkey is making a lot of the moves that he wants to make, not necessarily in the vein or in the growth of boxing, because the growth of boxing, bigger fights than the Yarde fight would be David Benavidez versus Beterbiev, the guy that already stopped Anthony Yarde. No disrespect to Anthony Yarde. I like him. I like how he gets down. Pause. He seems like a cool dude. But the reality is, on paper, he got stopped by Beterbiev. He already got smoked by Beterbiev. You dig? So why is Bivol not fighting Beterbiev? Why is Beterbiev fighting some random person when he could fight David Benavidez? And then Beterbiev already stopped Anthony Yarde, so you don't have to see David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. You could put, like, Anthony Yarde should be fighting Beterbiev's opponent. That seems reasonable. Damon Nichols or whatever versus Anthony Yarde. Put that on the undercard. And in the main event, be Benavidez, Beterbiev, and in the co-main, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. You can't tell me ego matchmakers didn't just put together a better card that makes a lot more sense. Then you could take the winner of Benavidez and Beterbiev, and in the winner fights Bivol. And then now you got your other fight sewed up. But matchmaking like what we're seeing here in Riyadh with Turkey on this card is you put Ryan in with somebody who he couldn't get past. Now Devin Haney's fighting a good fight, but not nearly as commercially big, but super dangerous in Brian Norman. And then you have the same thing kind of going where Benavidez, if he's going to take a risk, the fight that would really get him a lot of accolades would be a Beterbiev win, because nobody has like beat Beterbiev in a submission. Yeah, he lost to Bivol, but the fight was close. You're giving him Beterbiev's leftovers when the far more meaningful fight, because everybody likes Benavidez from what I've seen, including me, and everybody knows he's good. It's just how good can he be, or how good is he? He has to keep fighting the Morels, the Andres, and the tough fights. And to me, you would expedite that, and you would really have a star in boxing if he could beat Beterbiev, because the amount of respect and the danger that Beterbiev currently presents. But if you just string it along and wait, I fear that one of these guys could end up getting picked off, or if they don't lose, look less than and look subpar. So I really don't like it. I would have preferred either David Benavidez versus Beterbiev, or stick to your original plan of Beterbiev versus Bivol so we can hurry up and get this trilogy over. Now you're extenuating it. Man, I'm done. Y'all know what it is. I'm getting mad. This is how much I'm really about this boxing. I'm getting mad just talking about it. So I'm out because I got to calm down. Subscribe.